G'day YouTube, Max right here, and we had a big red candle day yesterday. Bitcoin down several $1,000s, but is it a good time to buy the dip? That's what we're going to answer right here in this video. Go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments, do you think now is a good time to buy that dip? Okay, so let's look at this here. It looks like we've kind of created another bull flag, arguably the third bull flag in this channel right here. Now, this one's not quite as crystal clear as the other two, but that's why I say arguably a third bull flag. And I would have loved to have seen it get all the way up to the upper limits of this channel. So we see this bull flag went all the way to the red line, crashed down all the way to the bottom of this channel, rose up all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. This one did not get all the way to the top. Bears took control a little bit earlier, took us back down to this green line. Now, if you're following me, following this channel, we've been in this trade since way back here. As soon as we broke this trend line, that happened. Now, what I would encourage you to do for the traders, speaking to the traders here, check out this, and let's probably see a little bit more obvious on the hourly. Let's check it out. But this, yes, this top part of that bull flag, this is the bull flag we were just looking at. Maybe on the hourly we need to adjust it a little bit here, or maybe even doing it that way. Something like that. On the breakout of that might be an excellent entry point, for the traders. But for the investors, listen, I think this is a really good spot. I think this is a really good spot to get involved in Bitcoin. We've had this long-term, I want to go back to the daily. We've had this long-term, relative long-term in Bitcoin land for sure, in the middle of a boom market, for sure. This is a long consolidation period where the price goes sideways. Let's check out exactly what we're talking about here. So from here, let's go from this peak to all the way to here. We are talking 31 days. For a whole month, Bitcoin has gone sideways. In the middle of an epic bull run, you don't see that very often. So I think we're going to, look, just by that, I think we're going to bounce off here very quickly and go high. Let's check out, further to that argument, let's check out the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. And you can see there is this beautiful long-term trend line here where the bottoms of the RSI are getting higher and higher and higher. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Now, true, we're having lower highs on this side, but it's on a much shorter time frame. On the larger time frame, we are having this long-term trend, and I think it's all counting as pressure pushing that price up, and we're going to see Bitcoin break out pretty quickly here, my best guess. Now, I want to draw your attention to something else. The stochastic RSI on the daily, I like the fact we are way down here. What we're looking for is the blue line to cross over the red. You see here, it's the nature. So this oscillator, the stochastic RSI, it's a momentum thing. It goes over. You'll see this goes all the way to the end. All the way up to 100, all the way down to 0. It doesn't do it as an absolute rule by definition, but it very often does that. And when it switches, the blue crossing back over the top of the red and then breaking through the 20 is considered the confirmation by the gentleman who created this indicator. He's like, that you get the cross and you get the break through the 20, that's an indication you're about to see price take off. The momentum is with the bulls. And likewise, it occurs at this end, momentum is with the bears at the other end. So the stochastic has not done that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does it here in the next few days. If I was an investor, I wouldn't wait. If you're a trader, maybe you want to trade, maybe you want to wait for that. You want to wait for that stochastic to take over. You want to wait for the break of this green trend line, and you will be off to the races. Now, I'm just curious, if this is a bull flag, I'm wondering if we have some confluence here. Let's see. Let's draw another trend line. We'll do the height of the pole. From here down to here. If you're wondering where I went to the bottom of this. Now that's the height of the pole. Let's go ahead and grab this. We put it at the breakout point of this flag. We don't know where it's going to be. And yes, we get confluence again. Again, we see the top of this pole, see it was a shorter bull flag. The top of the pole here is almost identical. It's at 75,000. Whereas the height of this pole, that was this pole here. That was the height from here down to here. The height of this pole also took us to 74,000. So we have some confluence there that these two bull flags take us to the same place. So I find that interesting, and I am still in this. As if you watched yesterday's video, you'll recall I said, so I'm investing on Kraken, and I bought way down here, and with leverage, and they have a 30-day rule. You can only keep a position open with leverage for 30 days. And I would think I was in day 21. So I had a little bit of luck here. During this fall, I was going to do it today actually, but then last night, just before I went to bed, I noticed the price was plummeting. And I thought, okay, great chance for me to do what I want to do, which was exit the trade. And I believe I exited at 54,000. So I closed out this trade at 54,000. And then what I did, I let it get down, and I think at 53,300, I re-entered that position. The primary reason I did that was just to refresh my 30 days on Kraken, where they will allow that trade to stay open. But it turns out I saved myself, $700 on the price. And again, we were at the bottom here at this green trend. I felt, you're not supposed to trade within the trend, but I often do. It's kind of breaking the rules. And I bought at the bottom of this trend thinking we were going to bounce off it and come up. And so I re-entered that trade there and added to my position another 33%. So I increased the size of my position here. So time will tell. Let's see if that works out. For the traders, you can either jump in here or when it breaks out here. For the investors, I think this is a really good time. One other thing I want to share with you guys, the 21-week moving average. Let's check that out. I'll go to the weekly. Where are you, weekly? And I'll turn on my 21-week moving average. Something very interesting here. The 21-week moving average is at 35,000. It is just going up like crazy. Let's see, how much is it going up every single week? So about there, from 33,200 to 35. It's going up $2,200 a week. So yeah, it was what? It was just a handful of weeks ago. This is the weekly. So okay, let's say 2 months ago, we had that peak at 40,000, and the weekly moving average was below 20,000. And we were worried that we were so far overextended because we were over 100% extended from the weekly average, 21-week moving average. We came down, had a slight price, mostly time-based consolidation with this bull flag, let the 21-week moving average catch up, then we were off to the races again. Now we find ourselves in this situation. We've had these two kind of consolidations here, and we find ourselves from the 21-week moving average, we are only 57% extended, which is pretty much, with the exception of this one right here, that is probably the lowest we've had all year. Let's just check out what that was. From there to that bottom, no, wrong tool. I want this tool. 43%. That was the only time in the entirety of 2021, there was 1 week at the end of January where we were only overextended by the 21-week moving average by this margin. And so this is going to be very interesting. It's given us room to get over and above that. Let's check out if it was to return to 100% over. We can do the math, but 35,000, 100% over is going to be close to 70,000. And yeah. So again, we've got this whole bunch of confluence. Now, it's probably going to take a couple of weeks to get there, which brings us up to here. And again, we have this third metric where, because in case you don't recall, these were like 110% overextended. I think this was 100% overextended. And so we've got that, a lot of confluence happening around here in this $72,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 mark. So I think this is the next serious destination for Bitcoin. Well, I think if we run, I reckon we're going to run through to there before our next bull flag, symmetrical triangle, pullback, whatever you want to call it. That's my best guess. So guys, I hope that's helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Are you adding to your position now? Are you buying that dip right now? let me know in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.